And I just wanted to say welcome to everybody who is on this call. This is amazing. And I am so pumped to see so many beautiful faces. And thank you guys, too, for allowing me to host this. It's an honor to get to have Chris on our call tonight. So I'm super stoked that so many people showed up and you guys are ready to hear from the man himself. Oh my gosh, Amanda, you're from Drinkwater? That is the funniest name of a place. I love it. Calgary, YQR, Leroy, Winnipeg, nice. Saskatchewan. Oh, I understand. Hill and AMQ are together. Nice. So while we're waiting for Chris, I just wanted to kick off the call because I want to see if you guys are all on the same page as me. Just because I know that when I'm going through something, oftentimes it means that there's a lot of other people going through the exact same shit. So just for the sake of connecting one another, I just want to know, just raise your hand if you're going through a challenging week right now in your life. I would just love to. Oh God, you guys make me feel so much better about myself. Thank you. And I just wanted to ask that because, I wonder if, okay, I think everybody, I just want to make sure I'm not muting Chris if he's on. I just wanted to ask that because, I had this conversation with one of my coaches today, and I had this conversation with Brandon today as well. And it's so funny to me. I feel like we do these things, we take action, we know that we need a plan of action, and we take action, and then we're feeling really good, right? Like post-summit, you take action, you've got a new workout program going, you commit to Shaco every day, you're personal developing, you're walking outside, you're hanging out with family and friends, you're good, you're in the zone. And then you forget what it took you to get to feeling well. So you stop doing the things that made you feel good. And then you hit a slump. And then in your slump, you're like, man, shit, what did I do? Oh yeah, I have to take action and I have to make a plan of action. And then I need to do those things. And then you start doing those things again. You commit to a new program. You start doing a new PD book. You reach back into your coach page, right? You maybe start a new challenge group, et cetera, et cetera. And then you start feeling really good again. And then you feel so good that you stop doing the freaking things that made you feel so good in the first place. And then you crash again. Are you familiar with this cycle? Do you do this too? Thank God, because this is where I'm at this week. And every single time it happens, I'm just like, God, what are you doing? Why do you forget that the things that make you feel so good, you have to do them all the time? It's like we wake up every single day with amnesia, and you have to consciously, every single day, consistently choose to do those things. Every single day, I have to consciously choose to meditate and start my day in silence. Otherwise, I'm a basket case. I need to consciously choose to press play on my workouts. Otherwise, I feel like shit. I need to consciously choose to not eat foods that inflame my body, because otherwise it contributes to anxiety and all the other stuff that happens. So thank you for putting up your hand. And I just want to honor you where you're at, because I'm there too. And I feel like that cycle, Morgan just said, that cycle usually happens to me one time a month. Finally started to normalize it, and you can kick yourself out of it faster and faster. Agreed. And as you recognize that that's the cycle and that's happening for you and not to you, that's so important to differentiate. You start to realize, oh yeah, I have to go through this in order to grow into the next version. Oh yeah, this is what happens before I have a breakthrough. This is what happens before something awesome happens. I have to experience this shit in order to experience the awesome after the fact. Yes, entrepreneurial roller coaster. Ooh, I heard a Chris Downing sigh. Yeah, I knew it. That's amazing. Don't mind me, Chris. I'm just getting off my soapbox now so that you can speak.
No, stay on that soapbox.
I just wanted to say what a freaking honor it is to have you on our team call tonight. Everybody is so stoked to hear from you tonight.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad I woke up.
Nice. I'm glad you woke up too. We've got, most of us, we're Canadian, first of all. Like our whole team's Canadian, I would say. Lots of people are in the US too, and we're predominantly Saskatchewan, I would say, like right in the middle of Canada. And we got a whole bunch of perfectionists and overthinkers on our team. So I'm really hoping you can deliver some goods and talk about proven grounds tonight, because I feel like that is what the doctor ordered for a lot of us right now.
So you said perfectionists and overthinkers?
Yes.
Okay. So like what are we overthinking though?
Life, probably.
Like type it in there. Like what's the dominant what's the dominant thought? Like what, explain it to me.
Okay, everybody who considers themselves an overthinker or perfectionist, type it in the comments what you overthink about the most. All of it, having to be perfect and know everything before starting. Other people's judgments. never enough, can never do enough, the process itself, wanting to know everything, being successful. I told you, we're a bunch of basket cases. If I'm sharing enough value, how people respond to who I am, trusting the process, being a good leader, finding balance. Is that
So
good?
there's a bunch of insecurity in there, a bunch of uncertainty, insecurity. There's no self-love. There's no self-love at all. There's more of like, needing to be perfect for who? Right? You need to be perfect. Wow. Is this a Canada thing? Because all y'all. Okay. All right. So let me ask you guys a question. Let me see one more. Let me see. Being a good leader, question yourself, trusting the process, question yourself. How people respond to who I am, question yourself. If I'm sharing with enough value, question yourself. What others think, questioning yourself. Being successful, questioning yourself. The process itself, wanting to know everything, question yourself. Never enough, can never do enough, question yourself. Other people's judgment, question yourself. Having to be perfect and know everything before starting. Okay. Wow. That's really good, guys. I like that. I love that you're questioning yourself. So let me just show you just how easy that is. So I want everybody to think, everyone who wrote that, I want you to think about the person that has you in that kind of bondage. Because it's bondage. That's exactly what it is. Like that, what person has you in bondage like that? And then I want you to think of something that's real simplistic, that's probably just gonna just blow your mind. Whoever that person is you're trying to please, or not be judged, or not think you're good enough, or concerned about if they're gonna accept the value of who you are. One simple question. Whatever they eat, do it make you poop? Think about what I just said. That's just for real. I know that sounds like so crazy, but think about all this like anxiety and worry about somebody else. Whatever they eat, does it make you poop? No, it does not. So who gives two barrels of monkey crap what somebody think of you? That's the truth. Because at the end of the day, this is your journey. If I focus on how many people did or didn't like me, I'd be in trouble, right? I would be. But maybe I'm so caught up in what I'm putting out there that I know I'm putting out there something that people need, right? Not comparing myself to anybody. I'll put it this way. There's probably more super trainers that don't like me than people in the world. I'm just being honest. There's probably more super trainers that don't like me than people in the actual world. Think about that for a second. Let that sink for 1 minute. If you're worried about somebody else, maybe you're a threat. Maybe they see you for who you really are. That's their fear, right? That's their fear. That has nothing to do with you. So what is fear? Because everything you wrote in there was fear-based. What's fear? Fear. Has anybody on this call ever seen fear walk down the street? Pull up to a stoplight. Oh, guess who I saw today? Fear was next to me in his or her car. Is it a male? Is it female? Is it black or is it white? Like, what is it? Canadian? Is it American? What is fear? Fear is an illusion. It's what you create it to be. It's false evidence appearing real. It don't exist. So what are you afraid of? I guess I should be asking, why are you afraid of you? Because that's exactly what the world needs, is you, the real you. the you that want to be successful, the you that want to make your mark in this world. So why are you afraid of that? Why does somebody else have to accept that for that to validate who you are? Think about that one for a second before we get into this. Why does someone else's acceptance have to validate your confidence for you to feel like you're doing the right thing or you accept it? Why do you need to be accepted by somebody else to have to feel important? You going with me? Is it starting to register a little bit? So I want you guys to think of something. One of the things that and when I bring this all together, it's going to make a lot of sense to you. What if I told you I used to be the same way when I was younger? And I'm going to tell you why I was that way. Number one, I was molested when I was 4 and 6. So my innocence was taken from me, right? I was adopted. My mom wasn't in my life. She was in my life in the beginning stages, but she was abusive, physically, mentally, emotionally. I like the last time she spanked me, she beat me with an extension cord, like with no clothes on, all because I hit her crack pipe. And then my pops wasn't in my life at all. So look, I had no sense of like purpose as what it meant to be a man. I didn't have no guidance. I didn't have any of that. So I was a broken young man, like broken. No self-worth, no self-value. I didn't fit into anywhere. In fact, I didn't even have a family growing up. I was an orphan. I was adopted. And this is before I could really even, this is before I even hit puberty. Now imagine someone carrying that for years, right? Years, playing sports, but really suppressing how I really felt on the inside. How many people do you try to get in a gang because I needed a family, and the gang kick you out because you're a nice dude? For real. Think about that. I'm not the only person in history that got kicked out of a gang because they just felt like I didn't fit. Because I couldn't hang out with them on the weekends because I had to take care of my sisters. My mom, I had no idea when she would be back or when she would come. This is before I got adopted. So now as a teenager, I got these same emotions, same feelings, but I internalize it, right? 21, I have a kid. And at 21, I love this little girl. Like, this is my world. Like, this is my everything. And I get full custody of her at 2 months old. Now, mind you, I don't have a blueprint on how to raise a kid. I don't have a blueprint of anything. So because I don't have that, I'm raising my child on fear. Fear of what? Fear that I don't want her to live the life I lived growing up. Fear of what? I don't want to take her to babysitters because I don't want people to touch on her. You get that? You get it? Uh-oh.
Okay, Jennifer Sampson, can you mute yourself? Here, 1 second. Let me see if I can.
Oh, great. I went on.
Sorry, Chris.
All right, no problem. So fear of, I don't want her to live the life I live. Fear of not allowing her to go, like not being comfortable with her spending at a relative's house because I didn't want anybody to touch on her. Fear of what? Fear. And then, right, I got the anchor of the molester on me. I got the anchor of abandonment, rejection, and abuse on me from my mom and my pops. And I'm raising a child that don't have 100% of me. I don't even have 100% of me. And I think I love her. I think I'm giving her everything. But how am I giving her more than I'm giving myself? right? So then one day I have an awakening because I'm a very intuitive person, right? I'm a thinker, just like you. Remember, I told you we were alike. And I start processing this and I'm realizing that, wow, I'm loving my child with 70% of me. Subliminally, I'm teaching her because I'm her influence covering. I'm teaching her how to raise her family someday on 70% because based on energy, that's what I'm giving her. Even if I'm suppressing it, even if she really don't know the story, I'm still giving that to her because there's fear-based, there's energy, there's things that energy attracts energy, right? Like if I'm around you, if I'm a bad person or if I'm not a good person, you're gonna feel my vibe. So I'm subliminally pouring this into my kid. So my daughter's not getting all of me anyway. And then I had a moment when I realized, okay, I'm robbing her. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm not good enough. What is people going to think? I dropped out of college to get custody of her. I didn't get a degree. I quit the basketball team. We borderline on welfare. I just busted my tail with a job so I didn't have to go to welfare because I grew up on welfare. So I'm like, I refuse to be on welfare. But we barely making it. So there's the fear of financial struggle. All this, right? Which is all passed down because it's anchored on me. Because my mom lived it. And I realized I got to get that 30% back somehow, some way. Because at this point, it's my pride versus my purpose. My pride told me if I ever saw the dude that molested me when I got older, I was just going to snap his neck. Like that was the truth. I'm just being transparent. I said I'm going to snap his neck because he violated me, right? My pride is telling me not to forgive my parents. I hate them, resentful, angry with them, don't want anything to do with them. In fact, I don't even talk to them. I'm bitter on the inside, but I'm calling it being protecting her. But really I'm hurting her because I'm hurting. So I'm at a picnic one day, and this picnic, it's 4th of July, in my aunt's house, bunch of people over there eating ribs and dancing and music. And then there's another party right next door. Same concept, 4th of July, black people in the hood. You know how it is. You know the story. Sprinklers, people running through like the fire hydrant. It's real. It's reality. It's hot out there. And I look over to the left and guess who I saw? Next door, the molester. And I'm like, this is my moment. This is it. This is the time right here. But then I had a decision to make. Is it going to be my pride that's going to risk my freedom and hurt this man and put my daughter in a worse situation? Or is it going to be my purpose and get that 10% back? Because I'm deep down inside, I'm ashamed that I got molested. A lot of people didn't even know it. But that anchor was on me. So I walked up to the guy. Hey, man, can I talk to you for a second? He knew who I was right out the gate because he knows who my family is, right? And the only reason why he even had the opportunity to do what he did to me is because my mom left me and my sisters with him while she went and partied. So I said, hey, man, I didn't want to embarrass him in front of everybody. So let's take a walk. So we walked a couple feet, turned around, and I just looked him in his eye and I said, listen, you know what you did to me when I was a kid. And I pray and hope that you never put your hands on another kid, man. But I always said if I ever saw you, I had to deal with you. And man to man, from my heart, I forgive you for what you did to me. And he kind of looked and kind of dropped his head a little bit. You don't have to look over your shoulders. You don't need to feel guilty. I forgive you for what you did. And to me, my words wasn't enough. It was okay, but it wasn't enough. I felt like I needed to touch him. I had to touch him to get me back. So I put my arms around him and I hugged him. And when I hugged him for a second, he kind of dropped and then he started singing like a bird. He started apologizing and I know it was wrong and this, that, and the third, right? Don't worry about it, man. You just deal with that on your time. I just need to let you know that we're good. I left, went back to my aunt's house. At this point, I'm so emotional on the inside, but there's people around me. I don't want them to see that because they don't really know what's going on. So I told my aunt, hey, I'll be back, okay? Get in the car, get around the corner, Waterworks Central, bawling my eyes out. Like bawling, I'm talking about the tears that take your breath away. You can't talk, right? The one that's from your soul, the big tears that when they run down your face, you feel it. Those. Driving home, could barely see in front of me. I get in my apartment. My daughter's at her mom's for the weekend, and I'm just bawling. So I pick up the phone. Guess who I called next? My mom. Hadn't spoke to her in years. Mom, hey, what's up? Hi. Hey, Mom, I'm not going to keep you. I just want to let you know I forgive you for the abuse, the emotional abuse, the mental abuse. Make up in Raven's life what you couldn't do in mine, Mom, and we good. But I want you to know I forgive you. I'm going to treat you as if it never even happened. My mom breaks down, starts crying on the phone, telling me how guilty she's felt and all the things that she's struggled with because of it. And this is part of the reason why she's addicted to drugs and alcohol, because she's running from it. Mom, it's okay. Deal with it on your own time, but I want to let you know that I forgive you. Hang out with her. Call my dad. Hadn't spoke to him. Pops, what's up, man? Chris, that you? What's up, man? How you doing? Good. How you doing? Hey, Dad, I ain't gonna keep you, man. Just want to let you know. Just forgive you for not being there for me, not throwing a football, not showing me how to be a man, not guiding me and lead me. Just kind of leaving me out to dry. I forgive you for it, Dad. Make up in Ray Ray's life what you didn't do in mine, and we're good. It's like it never even happened. My dad, for 10 years, breaks down, starts crying. Get off the phone with my dad, more Waterworks. Still bawling my eyes out. Emotional, right? Then I start thinking there's one more person I need to forgive. So I go to the bathroom. I look in the mirror and I see all this pain on my face, right? All these tears. I point to myself in the mirror. I forgive you for never thinking you was good enough. I forgive you for worrying about what other people thought of you. I forgive you for struggling. I forgive you for raising your daughter with fear. I forgive you for taking those anchors with you to her birthday parties, to Chuck E. Cheese, to the park, to movie auditions, to modeling auditions. Everywhere you go, I forgive you for all that burden you had to carry. I forgive you for looking in the mirror and not liking the reflection you see. And that was the moment right there when I learned what self-love was all about. Because all that pain that I had, the anchors were removed, and the pain I had immediately converted to passion. And that passion is the passion y'all see at these events, during these workouts, during these calls. Everything that revolves around me, that passion is a reflection of the pain I've been through. And the only reason why I released that is because, guys, I'm going to tell you something right now. The worst bondage you can be in is people bondage. Straight up. That's the worst bondage you can be in, is people bondage. Worrying about what other people think of you, worrying if you're good enough. And what I realized is because I didn't love myself, I took on the identity of other people. That was their identity. You understand what I'm saying? That was their lack of self-worth. That was their fear. That was their worry. That was their anxiety. That was their depression. But because I didn't know who I was, I made myself subject to it. So the reason why I went straight into that is you guys have to understand something. You got a commission-based business. No guaranteed paycheck whatsoever. Can anybody on this call tell me what it felt like on your commission-based business? Some of you getting resistance at home, resistance at work, resistance in your family because you went against the grain to do something you felt was part of your purpose. And it didn't go what everybody else thought you should do with your life, right? No paycheck, no guarantee, anything. How did you feel when you signed up that first coach? Come on now, hold on, think about that. It's a commission-based business now. There's no guarantees, but you signed up that one coach. Type it in the box. How did that feel when you signed up that first coach on your team? What else? Powerful, empowered, so proud, achieved. Okay, what else? On top of the world. What else? Come on, there's some more in there. What else? Butterflies. Oh, I believed in myself. Okay, I'm a leader. Okay, I'm doing it. Okay, I could do anything. In control. Stop right there. Now, based on those answers right there, where did those answers surface in that moment? Did it surface from the person that you signed up? No. That came from internal. That came from inside of you, right? And in that moment, Did you think about what other people thought of you? No. Did you think about if you was good enough? No. Did you think about how people would perceive you? No. You didn't think about any of the stuff that you put in the beginning of this call. So how did you lose that feeling from the first coach? How'd you lose that? How'd you lose that focus? How'd you lose that moment? Was it rank? The pressure of rank? Was it the little carrot that some other coaches may have dangled in front of you because they told you that there was a housewife or a secretary, and 6 months later they quit their job and have made six figures, and all of a sudden your pressure to perform appeared? Is that it? Because you're looking at their journey and how they made it, and it convinced you that that's how your journey is supposed to be. Think about what I'm saying to you now. What happened from your mindset from the first person you signed up to the 25th, the 50th, the 100th, the 500th, the 1,000th person? How did you lose that moment? Comparing yourself to other coaches? Pride? I'm going to tell you right here how to grow your business. I've been helping coaches once, and the ones I've been helping are thriving up out of this world. And it's so unorthodox too. But it's the same reason that brought me right before you to this day. I'm going to tell you how to grow your business. There's one common denominator that everything with a heartbeat has. All animals, all insects, all humans, has nothing to do with race, gender, religion, has nothing to do with any of that. There's one common denominator that we have in common with everything. And we all coincide with this one thing. You know what it is? Love. Babies are created out of love. Marriages are created out of love. Relationships are created out of love. Dogs are smart enough to know what love means because they reproduce. Insects, they reproduce, right? It's more than one. So love has to be somewhere in that. So if love is the common denominator that brings all things, all people, all animals, all insects together, shouldn't that be the foundation of your business? Think about what I'm saying now. Well, Chris, what do you mean? Like, how do I make love the center of my business? Okay. Everybody on this call, including myself, has been somewhere and someone has walked in a room and their presence demanded attention. Somewhere, Starbucks, shopping, somebody has showed up somewhere you were at and you took a glance. Male or female, their presence demanded attention. And you know how that happens, right? Because whoever that person is, they had confidence in themselves because they love themselves. And this is a different kind of love. When you love yourself, you do have confidence. You do believe in yourself. You walk a little different, right? And when you walk a little different, you believe a little different. You see your worth, your value, your potential. You see the tools that you have within you to become anything you desire to be, right? And then you become infectious. And when you become infectious, that is the number one tool that people gravitate to you. So this person demands attention, right? And you almost uneasy because you got to know, why did this person just come and light this room up? So women are sneaky. I know how y'all operate. You guys can start a conversation with anybody. You'll ask the girl, "Oh, those are some nice heels you got, girl. That's a nice bag." Fellas, it's harder for us to talk to somebody like that. But y'all got little ways. "That's a nice bag, girl." And the person says, "Thank you. If you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living?" "I'm a Beachbody coach." "Oh," and you might not even know what that means, but you know it's got to mean something because she just lit this room up. And you're almost curious to, what is a Beachbody coach? Like, why? What is it that she's doing that I ain't doing, that everybody else around us in this store isn't doing? Because she lit it up. Nobody else lit it up. If you want to know anything more about it, here's my card. Let's have tea sometime. So you wait a couple weeks and you reach out to her. Meet me in Starbucks. You go to Starbucks. So you said you're a Beachbody coach? Yeah. So she starts explaining the business. She starts talking about challenge packs and programs. And now it's like, oh, but before it didn't really matter because you knew it had to be something special. But she has your attention when she's talking about the challenge packs and talking about the programs, right? But let me ask you a question. When that person originally walked in that store and lit the room up, were they talking about challenge packs and programs? No. How did they sell you? They sold you on their self. They talked about challenge packs and programs second. You see where I'm going with this? They sold you on their presence because you was curious to know what is it that you do. So now when they talk about a challenge pack, you'll write a check right now. Or you need to be a part of this because of what they represented. I'm just being straight up. Many of us have made purchases on things just because somebody else made it look so good because of how they presented themselves. You with me on this? So the person sold their self first and then told you what they did. That's what it has to be about. It has to be about you first, the product second. Here's another problem I'm struggling with. I got this little cheesy, corny, which I hate, celebrity status, right? I think it's stupid. I think it creates ego. Like, I don't need to be considered a celebrity to validate the person I am. I'm the same person I was before Beachbody, to be honest, if you want the truth. I'm just a little more popular than I was then. That's all. Same dude. And that's the honest to goodness truth. But what I'm struggling with is, why is it that you guys see more value in us than you see in yourself when you guys are the one that put us on this platform? Well, how do we put you on a platform? Remember that commission-made business you have? As a network, you know how hard you work? You know which products you pushing? You guys see us succeeding, right? But you don't see yourself succeeding. You have no problem believing in me. You have no problem at all. You see my worth, you see my value, but you don't realize that you are the one that put me here. So how can you put somebody somewhere and not sit back, even for a second, when times get tough, and realize, you know what? I ain't gonna be down. 2 years ago, Chris couldn't even buy groceries. He almost lost his condo, almost lost both of his gyms. He was broke. And if me and the team can help him, then shoot, we can help me too. Because guess what? 5 weeks ago, I'm in the grocery store. I hate going to the grocery store. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Because every time I go there, I get Indiana kettle corn popcorn. I buy a bunch of it. It's true. So it's just best that I don't go. Because I'm gonna buy the popcorn. I walk down the aisle and it just falls. And I just think it's rude to put a bag of popcorn back on the shelf after it fell and people's feet walked on that. You got to take it home. You just have to. It's just the right thing to do. And then I just grab another one just in case it was going to fall if I walked away. So I just make sure I got two. This is the truth. So I'm at the grocery store. I got my two little ones with me. And I look to the right at the door and I see somebody with a Shift Shop shirt on. And I'm like, wow. So as I go to the door to leave, she becomes a bobblehead. Her hands go here, does this. She's doing a high knee. She's so excited, right? So I get closer and she just gets so excited. So she said, I don't even have my phone. I thought that was you. I said, you don't need your phone. I grabbed my phone. Come here. Put my arm around her, took a selfie, kissed her on her cheek, told her thank you. She said, what you thanking me for? I should be thanking you. I said, no, not really. Because it's because of you and the rest of the network, I could spend $250 at the grocery store and not even worry about it. 2 years ago, I couldn't do that. You get where I'm going with this? You guys are the heartbeat of this thing. Without you, we don't exist. And that's the honest to goodness truth. Without you, we do not exist. So I'm saying that to say this. Remember all those little concerns you had in the beginning of this call? They're not real. They're an illusion. There's greatness in you. You have every tool you need right now to be with. You have every tool you have right now to be anybody you desire to be. You can make as much money as you want, as much success as you want. You can grow your team as big as you want right now. And you can't tell me how, because you changed my life. How'd you do that? Because you're unique. Everybody look at your palm print. See that design? There's nobody in the world other than you with that exact design. What does that tell you? You are chosen. You are different. You are unique. There's a bunch of copycats, but there's nobody just like you. And because there's nobody just like you, that means you're unstoppable if you start loving yourself, if you start believing in yourself. It's not about the challenge packs, guys. It's not about the programs. It's not about the rank. It's about you looking in the mirror, accepting 100% responsibility for where you are right now. Good, bad, ugly, I don't care. Overweight, underweight, whatever, who cares? It means nothing. Accepting 100% responsibility for everything. And saying, what do I want now? And you whip out that little paper and you change your mindset. What do I really want? Not what somebody else had, not what someone said you can accomplish, you can't accomplish, or what's passed down to you through inheritance. No. What do you want? What is your why? Why are you doing this? And there's no fear connected to this. And once you write down that why mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, the value you have in those 4 categories will determine your net worth. Think about what I just said. If you have poverty in your body by not taking care of yourself, you're allowing poverty to affect your finances. If you have poverty in your mindset, you're allowing poverty to show up in your life somewhere. If you allow poverty to come out of your mouth about your lack and what you're not doing and what you can't do and you're not good enough, guess what? The financial representation of that has to show up. If you have a poverty-based emotions and anxiety and always fearful and worrying about what other people think about you, guess what happens? The financial part has to complement that. Success is waiting on you. You're not waiting on it. Everything that's designed for you to have in this lifetime is waiting on you. It just can't come to you till you change your mind. You got to believe in yourself. You got to love yourself. You got gifts and tools and talents to change the world in you right now. So that stuff can't come. It can't come support you. Your purpose cannot fulfill itself until you remove those anchors. And you know which anchors I'm talking about because you typed them in the beginning of this message. Those are anchors, guys. Those are bondages. That's somebody else's fears and worries projected on you. And because you don't know who you are and you don't love yourself, you believed it. That's why you're stressed out. That's why you have depression. That's why you have anxiety. That's why you overthinking, because your brain is trying to bring you back in balance, but you got somebody else's brain. See how that works? See how that works? Come on, think. I want you to process it because you guys are going to think I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in a minute. Think about what I'm saying. Why? How does the brain overthink? Where's the battle? The battle's in the mind. So that's your purpose, trying to detox you from other people's stuff, but you keep believing them, so your brain's overthinking. When all you got to do is just take it all in. You know what? What they think about me is none of my business. And if somebody has the time to pick your life apart, guess what? That means they don't have time to take care of their own life. My grandma always told me this. If you spend the time it takes on a daily basis to bring out the best in yourself and do right by yourself, you don't have time to think about somebody else's. Because your life is a full-time job itself. You know how hard it is to convince yourself of a dream, a goal? You know how much work that could take? It's not the dream or the goal that you're chasing. It's the believing part is the problem. That's the hard shit right there. And it's hard because you believe it was somebody else's thoughts. You done picked up somebody else's identity. My grandma told me this when I was younger. She said, "Sweetheart, you're a very special young man. You just don't know it yet." I was 12. And as you get older, I want you to give of your services, give of your resources, give of your talents, give of your time. All these things give from your heart, but don't ever give anybody your sanity. Because if you give somebody your sanity, you might not get it back. So my question to you is, based on those questions you put up there, or those words you know, whatever you put in the beginning, who has your sanity? Think about that for a second. Where's that pressure coming from? That ain't yours. You picked that up somewhere. You see where I'm going with this? So that's why you're struggling. And that's not why you're not accomplishing what you should be accomplishing in your business, because you're taking those anchors with you to all these challengers. And the challengers got problems. That's why they came to you for the solution. So your anxiety and your fear, and it's like, who gonna help who? You the solution, guys. If you look at your team, right now, your personality is in everybody in that team. If you're a go-getter, guess what? There's a go-getter on your team. If you're a procrastinator, guess what? There's a procrastinator on your team. If you're fearful, guess what? There's somebody on your team that's fearful. You know why? Because you're the head. And wherever the head goes, the body follows. You attracted those people to you. You drew those people right to you. So the way to change your team is what? Change yourself first. That's it. And when you focus on that, what is rank? Your team becomes so big, they don't even have a rank for you. They don't even have a rank for you. That's how big your team is. When your team is thriving, you thrive. And true success is when it leaves your house and going to somebody else's. That's why I got off this platform. That's why I decided to do 140 calls. Yeah, we can talk about proving grounds. Okay, fine, whatever. But what's the point of talking about proving grounds if you're going to still have the same mindset? And you're going to go to the next program with the same mindset. And guess what? 6 to 8 months later, another program will come out and you're going to still be in the same place. Ali will tell you, over the last 60, 70, 80 calls we did, we took an analysis. This is scary, y'all. We took an analysis, right? And out of all these calls, disbelief and mindset is like 95% of the problem. Now, this is 95% of the problem in the first 70, 80 calls I've had. What about the people I have no access to, that I'm not talking to? That blew my mind. I can't talk to them about proving grounds. No, I got to talk to them about their mind, their mindset, because that's why they're struggling. And you can't even sell you to you. You look in the mirror every day and don't even know who you are. Don't even know your worth. Don't even know your value. Don't even know your potential. And you're going to sell a challenge pack? The challenge starts with you. Accept your greatness, guys. Accept your potential, your worth, your value. What about that first coach? You already successful. What you chasing? What are you chasing? The first person you signed up, you became successful. In a commission-based business, no guaranteed paycheck, I think that's success. But when you have gratitude and value in that one, here come the masses. Any program that I put out has to be for everybody. You know why? Because my purpose on this earth is to empower, love, and inspire people based off what I've been through in my past, right? So for me to say, I'm going to create this program because it's athletic based, do you realize how many people I just excluded? I just contributed to what the world is doing. The world is putting people in pockets, divisions, arrogance, all these different things. I just contributed to that by telling somebody, this isn't for you. This is for my superior people. Never invest your time where you want it. Always invest your time where you need it. When you want it, you're disposable. They can get rid of you and get somebody else. But when you need it, you have value and you bring value to others. 2B Mindset came out in the spring, right? Poof, went crazy. I sat back and smiled. That is genius. I'm watching people bickering, back. All these so-called experts now bickering. And I'm like, y'all missing it. That's a whole different demographic of people that's untapped, untouched. Everybody don't walk around with a plastic bag with celery and raw broccoli. Sorry, it don't work like that. I just told you, it's college football season. I don't have a reason to lie to you. I got cameras in my house. I'll take a picture every Saturday. I'm eating Indiana kettle corn popcorn. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to do it. It's my favorite time of the year, and it's what I like to do on Saturdays. It's just the truth. Everybody don't eat like that. You don't know their story. You don't know their relationship with food. So a true person of leadership is going to walk with their people when you're a leader. You walk with your people. A true leader will walk in front of their people because they're guiding them. A true leader will walk above their people. This is where people get lost. They get above their people, and all of a sudden, I'm better than you. That's the wrong mentality. When you walk above your people, you're supposed to reach down, grab them, and pull them up so they can see what you see. That's why in the promo videos, you hear me say, sometimes you got to believe in others more than they believe in themselves. That's what I'm talking about. All you need is a glimpse of your potential. That's it. You just need a snapshot, and you'll take it from there. So I use wisdom. Okay. We was in a pre-production stage, a pre-planning stages of Proving Grounds, and I had this idea I was just gonna bring it. And I saw 2B Mindset go boop. I'm like, nope, changing plans. We making a prep week, and it's gonna be 15 minutes. A 15-minute workout. It ain't for you if you don't want it to be for you. You don't understand where I'm going with this. These people are being introduced to have a relationship with food, right? They need to have it introduced in a relationship with their body also. 15 minutes. You can do anything in 15 minutes. Just walk and reach for the marker. Don't even get down and touch them. Reach for it. Walk in a circle to the other one and touch that one too. And what blew my mind, how I knew I was on point, is October 1st when they released the prep workouts, I got a message in my Instagram, right? And this girl said, I just want to thank you for creating the modifications to this program. I mean, it was such a great workout, and I'm just so grateful you did that. I saw, I try to make modifications for every exercise. No, you don't understand. I'm in a wheelchair. What? You in a what? I'm in a wheelchair. I just did quick shift speed in my wheelchair. And then she said, I started the blue marker. I wheeled over to the orange marker, lifted up my marker, lifted up to my seat, tapped it, went around the blue to the other side, lifted up and tapped it. I'm like, I'm onto something. Somebody in a wheelchair did quick shift speed. No legs, can't even use her legs. Do you understand how powerful that is? But if you're an athlete or you work out very often, quick shift speed and quick shift strength, it's going to crush you because you're going to go all out for 15 minutes. If you're in a rush, you don't have time, do quick shift speed, go all out, or do quick shift strength and go all out. You'll be texting me like, bro, that was crazy. Because it's for everybody. And then I even went more mental with the program when I decided to come up with a scorecard and in the tracking system. Well, why do you want to track? Easily, because adults can't count. That's why I want to track. I ran a test group in my local town, and we're going through the exercises, and these people are getting it. I mean, they're pushing hard, guys. And then the time is up, and they go to grab their scorecard to write their score down, and they forgot their reps. I'm like, y'all can't count. We know you got all this stuff, and you can't even count. This is crazy to me. So now I realized, okay, we're going to work their mind and their body. I got to focus, help everybody focus on being present, staying in the moment. Where'd your mind go in 60 seconds? Oh, I was thinking about what I was going to feed my kid. You're doing grass pickers. Like, how are you doing grass pickers thinking about dinner? Are you serious? Stay here. So then you go to lateral burpees, right? So say you go to grass pickers and you write down 50. You got 50 reps in a minute. Then you go to lateral shuffle burpee and you do 20. Now you have 70 points. And in this program, I only focus on the final result, the big number at the end of the workout. So you got 70 points, 13 more exercises, improving ground speeds, 15 one-minute exercises. So go through the rest of the 13 exercises. You have 150 points at the end of the workout. That's your baseline. Go to quick proven ground strength, track your weights, track your reps. There's your baseline. Now let's go to work. Go to speed 25. Now you're back in the shop to prepare the test on the ground. So the first 4 days, speed 25 twice, strength 25 twice. You're working on your conditioning, working on your form, your technique, because those same movements you're going to test again at the end of the week. Not the same exercise, the same movement. So you're mastering that 25 minutes. Then you go into proven ground speed for the second time. Grab your scorecard. All right, I have 50 grass pickers. Go back at it again for the second time. Oops, got 45. Now, I already told you in the beginning of it that all I care about is a big number. The average person would get down because they have 5 reps less than the prep week, right? But no, I already told you I only care about the big number. So you're going to think, okay, I got 14 exercises to make up for these 5 reps. See how you're proving it to yourself now? And then you go through the other 14 exercises, 165. Is that victory? Absolutely. I'm not on my A game all the time. Some exercises I struggle at. But you notice how I charged you inside. Okay, you know what? I can make up for these other 14. So that means you have to stay present because you ain't going to do all these reps and forget all this work and forget your reps, right? You ain't going to do that because you can't rewind me. You can if you want to, but I already got you tired and I'm already queuing for the next move. So it's just best to just stay in the moment. So you go to 35 series, same thing. Proving ground speed, proving ground strength. 175, up 10 more points. I'm ahead. Go back into the 45 series. Whoop, 190. Whoa, 15 points. Now I went from 150 to 165 to 175 to 190 in 4 weeks. I can see my progress, and I'm present mentally. Oh my gosh, I looked in the mirror and I done lost weight. Wasn't even thinking about it because I was so caught up on week by week, beating that score. Then you got a modifier. Okay, well, what if I can't score like that? Okay, no problem. Modify the whole week. Go ahead and modify. Go ahead. Modify the whole week. They go into speed 25. Let's just all the speed 25 but 2 moves. That's victory, right? Because prep week, they modified the whole thing. Then you go into 35 series, modified even less. 45 series, modified even less. So they realized I modified completely the first week, didn't modify less the second week, modify even more less the third week, modify even more the fourth week. That's victory to me. Now this person has confidence. I'm going to go through it again. I'm going to track it this time. So they start tracking themselves now, and they continuously getting better every week. Now this person in 4 weeks learn how to be mentally engaged. So now when you leave the program, you focus on your family, you focus on your kids, you're present, and now you're even more focused in your business, and you look good. Now this person who modified had no confidence, lost weight, tracked her progress, and is going to go out of the group and go look for all the people that was just like her before she started the program. You see where I'm going with this? This whole program is about the big picture. It has nothing to do with competing with nobody else. It's all about showing yourself. In this program, guess what? I did the same thing. There's 2 different Chris's. Shift Shop Chris and Proving Ground Chris is 2 different Chris's. My body is way different in Proving Grounds because I had something to prove to myself. I'm way more, I wanted to be more motivating in Proving Grounds than I was in Shift Shop. You understand where I'm going with this? This program right here is going to revolutionize your mind, I promise. I promise. And when you see me pour out in this program, you know where that came from. Remember those anchors I was telling you about? You're going to know, okay, I know where my boy was at when he was saying that. When he was speaking this, he was talking about that situation back there. You understand where I'm going with it? You'll never in a million years find another fitness program that's going to challenge your mind and your body at the same time and get you to believe in your truest potential. You're not going to. Because so much stuff these days is vain, guys. Look on television. You see all those workout programs? Vanity. Unrealistic expectations. And I'll leave it at that. All right, I got some questions. I got 9 minutes. What you got?
First of all, dang, how do you even follow that? That was unbelievable. You're unbelievable as a human being. And just like from one human to another, I just want to say thank you for being so raw and vulnerable. Like you killed it. You smashed it at the park. And nobody can say anything anymore. You just showed us if you look in the mirror and you're the one that gives you permission to show up. And I just think that is the most invaluable thing. It's insane. Everybody's so stoked to do Shift Shop. Let's see if we got questions. If you guys have questions, put them in the comments so we don't take up too much more of Chris's time.
No, it's okay.
A few people did the 15-minute workouts today. People are saying they got the best results with Shift Shop when they did the first time around. I was one of the same, actually. When I did Shift Shop, like you made me cry so many times during that workout program. I was like, damn, Chris, why are you making me cry after this workout?
Yeah, but think about it, though. Now that I've shared my life with you, now you know where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, I'm telling you, this is way bigger than fitness. It really is. Fitness is just a way that I'm demonstrating my pain, the pain that I went through. That's just the way I'm demonstrating it. Public speaking is the way I demonstrate it. This is way bigger than fitness. This is about everybody owning their greatness, man. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you just need somebody to pop by in your life and remind you of who you are. And there's nothing I said on this call that was like a new revelation. I already knew this. I'm just coming by reminding you of what your purpose already know. This time, don't let it slip away. Treat it like it was that first coach you signed up. Don't give me that much credit.
But your delivery is impeccable, so we'll say that.
Oh, yeah. So it's funny. Like I have all these movie posters in my man cave, and when I was in the darkest moments of my life, I had to like buy movie posters that always gave me motivation when I was a kid. So that's why you see all these posters.
Okay, we have one question for you. Liz says, how do you tell potential challengers what this program is in a way that they understand? How do you get them to buy in before they actually do the program?
It ain't about them buying in. It's about you. I just told you that. It's not it. Because here's the deal. With a challenger, and this, please don't take this the wrong way, because I don't want to come across as being mean. I view a challenger like a stray cat. I know, I'm just telling you the truth. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but no, but let me break it down why I consider a challenger a stray cat. Because so you ever see a stray cat around your house, and like the cat is like, you got a heart, you love animals, you never hurt an animal, but you hear to see the cat, and the cat is like matted, and the hair is a mess, and the cat looks broken, and you don't even know the cat's story, you just know it's rough, right? And you want to help the cat, but you really can't let the cat in your house because you don't know what the cat has. And your husband is like, the cat can't come in the house. So you tell the cat to come here, and the cat doesn't come. It just stands there because it's afraid because of what's happened that you don't know about. So you take a bowl of milk and you set it next to the door. And you close the door, and the cat comes and drinks the milk. 20 minutes later, you go, and the milk's gone. So you're like, okay, I did my good deed for the day. You wash your bowl, put in your dishwasher, go about your business. The next day, meow, is that cat again? So you go back outside, and there's the cat brushing itself up against the side of your house. Come here, kitty. Takes 2 steps and just stops. Okay, never mind. No pressure. Go get more milk, set it outside the door. Go back in the house. 30 minutes later, come out, the milk's gone. Next day, 2 days later, you pull up. It's a severe thunderstorm. It's hailing. You see the cat, and now you feel bad. You look at your honey. Honey, can I bring the cat in the house? No, the cat can't come in the house. But it's hailing. It might be a tornado. The weather's bad, or it's icy, or it's a snowstorm. I don't care. You can't bring the cat in the house. Okay, put the cat in the basement. What harm you can do in the basement? So you take this broke up, matted, dirty, lost cat, and you put it in the basement in a box. But you take your not so good towels, and you make it a bed. You put some food in there, and some more milk, and you're tossing and turning all night, right? Because you wonder if this cat then tore up your basement, because you don't know this cat. So you go downstairs and you peek, and the cat is in a ball and it's purring. And it's matted state, broken state, in a home you created on your old towels. You just revealed something to that cat. You revealed love to that cat, right? So then you get up in the morning, you call the vet, you go get the cat some shots, no fleas, no problems, you get the cat groomed, and guess what? Now you got a pet. Everywhere you go, the cat goes. You walk in the house, greets you at the door. You watching a movie, comes underneath you and purrs and just lays up underneath you, goes to sleep in peace. How is that any different than a challenger? You don't even know their story before they come to you. You don't know why this challenger is inconsistent, why this challenger is always doubting, you don't know their story. Why is they inconsistent? But I could promise you this. If you can navigate through that, even if it takes 6 months, even if it takes a year, and you love on that challenger and you give them a glimpse of their potential, guess what's going to happen? They're going to get confidence. And then what's going to happen? They're going to look for all the people that was just like them. And then what's going to happen? Your whole business is going to explode. You know why? Because you love that person and gave them a glimpse of their self-worth and their value. You gave them love. So when you got these challengers, they giving you resistance, the first thing you need to say is thank you. Celebrate the challenge. It's a shop rule. There's something inside of you need to develop. You remember, you want to be a coach that represents every fitness level, every race, every type of person. Don't ever just look for the coaches that's a go-getter that just hits the ground running. If you get some of them, congratulations, you hit a jackpot. But focus on focus on where you're needed, not where you're wanted. And your business will never fail. That's true.
I mean, I feel like we could end it right at that.
Yeah,
Thank you. Jeez. Thank you so much. You're the best. Honestly, really appreciate you.
Seriously, make it happen. All right, guys.
Thanks, Chris. Take care.